Welcome back to another episode. In today's program, we're going to talk about an investor from Minnesota who invested in a farm property in Iowa and harvested a 60% return on investment. See, when it comes to building a diverse and thriving retirement portfolio, what we have found is that it's not just the right investment opportunities, but it's also the financing strategy. And it's for that reason that in today's program, we're going to talk about a specific financing strategy for IRAs called non-recourse loans. See, investors have the ability to use leverage within their retirement accounts so that they could potentially broaden their diversification, acquiring more properties and preserving more capital within their retirement accounts. So in this Getting Real episode, we're going to explore this financing option. We're going to talk about the benefits and how it played a pivotal role in an investor's journey to growing their IRA, making a 60% return on investment in just 12 months. So let's talk about Kurt. Kurt's an investor from Minnesota who wanted to diversify his retirement portfolio and utilize his own knowledge and expertise. He found a 40-acre farm property in Iowa. So he lives in Minnesota. He found this farmland in Iowa, 40 acres, $1,750 per acre on the purchase. He utilized his self-directed IRA to acquire this farmland. He borrowed money from a non-recourse loan, so he utilized leverage, and then he began renting that farmland out to a local farmer. So it wasn't Kurt himself or his company that was leasing the property. Of course, that would be considered a prohibited transaction. He was renting it out or leasing it to a local farmer. His cash-on-cash return on investment was 6%. So with the rental income flowing back into the self-directed IRA in a tax-advantaged fashion, a 6% return on investment. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, I'm ready to shut off this video. You're only talking about a 6% return on investment. Well, here was the opportunity. It wasn't just the rental income, it was the appreciation. See, each one of those acres at about $1,750 per acre went up to $2,700. So with that appreciation, that farmland, along with the 6% cash-on-cash rental income, boasted a 60% return on investment in just 12 months. So combining appreciation along with the rental income, again, a 60% return on investment. Now, Kurt plans on keeping this farmland in his IRA, and so the expectations are that that rental income will continue to increase and the appreciation of that property will continue to increase for many years to come. And of course, that's money that's flowing back into his self-directed IRA that he can then turn around and redeploy that capital into other farmland properties or other investments, both public and private market investments. And that's what we call here at Equity Trust the Universal IRA. Kurt has the ability to be able to utilize his self-directed IRA to invest in assets like farmland because that's what he feels confident in. And then if he also wants to invest in other assets like publicly traded stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, cryptocurrency, physical gold and silver, he has the ability to do that with this Universal IRA. So as you can see, Kurt's ability to secure and grow his investment was all made possible through this non-recourse financing tool. And a lot of investors are just not familiar or aware of it. And now he's able to preserve more of his retirement savings for other investment opportunities. So let's talk a little bit about what is a non-recourse loan. Well, non-recourse loan is where the lender is loaning to your IRA. You are not signing a personal guarantee because of the tax code provisions. You cannot. And the lender, in the event of a default, they can only go after the subject property. So the property is the sole collateral. So let's talk about eligibility. Non-recourse loans are designed specifically, again, for self-directed IRAs in the context of what we're talking about here. Now, in investments that could be eligible for a non-recourse loan, that's really going to be based on the lender. It could be farmland, like in the example we talked about with Kurt. It could be rental property. It could be fix and flips. It could be apartment buildings. It all depends on the lender's comfortability with lending on that asset that you're acquiring with your IRA, 401k, HSA, or other tax-advantaged investment account. Next, secured asset. So remember that the lender, the only collateral is against the subject property. So they can't come after any of your personal assets or your other assets or cash in your self-directed IRA. Now, what about lender requirements? Well, lenders often will require a larger down payment, sometimes between 30 to 40%. Now, again, it's going to depend on the lender. Equity Trust is not a lender or non-recourse financing entity, but we do find oftentimes it's about 30 to 40% down. All right, what about tax considerations? So this is an important one. It's important to understand that when your IRA borrows money to acquire property, there is a special tax that you may incur. It's not an always, but you may incur, called unrelated business income tax. And then in the context of debt finance real estate, oftentimes it's referred to as unrelated debt financed income tax. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say you buy a property for $100,000 and you borrow $50,000 from a non-recourse lender. So you're about 50% leveraged. Therefore, 50% of your net profit will be subject to the unrelated debt financed income tax. Not 100% of your profits, like in many cases outside of your IRA. In your IRA, it's only the percentage of the profits that are attributed to the debt finance percentage of that property. Keep in mind, with rental property, you have the ability to offset some of that income with your operating expenses and your depreciation. So remember that UBIT, or unrelated debt finance income tax, it's not a penalty, it's just a special tax, and you have to understand that. Don't fear it, but rather embrace it, like many other self-directed IRA investors and entrepreneurs do, just like Kurt from Minnesota. All right, last but not least, non-recourse loans, as you can tell, can be really powerful financing tools. And we just gave you one case study, but we have many, many other case studies and examples that we can share with you. So what we wanted to do special for today's Getting Real episode is provide to you an opportunity to take advantage of our self-directed IRA master course. So you'll see in the description below, you'll have a promo code to get a discount to access our self-directed IRA master course, where you can go module by module, video by video of case studies and examples, and walk you through the various types of accounts and how you can utilize these accounts to your advantage. I hope you enjoyed today's Getting Real episode. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, compounding interest in the absence of taxation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right here so you never miss out on new content. And if you're ready to dive deeper, check out our other videos and resources right here.